Hey, kia ora, good morning, Brade, if my Welsh cousins are watching. I hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling start to Winning Wednesday, and also happy Groundhog Day. Well, I don't know if you would call it happy, since he did predict that he did say that he saw a shadow and predicts another 6 weeks of winter. So based on where you're living, that may be good news or not. Who knows? But it got me thinking. You know, we have this thing here in the States called Groundhog Day. I didn't even know what the heck it was. The first thing, you know, people will keep talking about this groundhog thing. I wasn't sure what it was. So I looked it up and I thought, oh, okay. Some groundhog comes out, they ask him a question, he sees a shadow, another 6 weeks of winter, he doesn't. Spring's around the corner. And so I'm like, it's an interesting tradition. I wonder how it started. But I did look it up at the time. Excuse me. And it was a few years ago. It was a few years ago I looked up, and I can't remember any of it, but I will go back and look it up. And I thought, well, that's an interesting tradition. So then it got me thinking, for our February question, what traditions do you enjoy celebrating? Have you ever been to see the groundhog, the whole ceremony with the groundhog? I thought that would be pretty cool. And then I looked at all the crowds and went, yeah, I don't think so. To be honest, I don't like crowds. When I have to go to seminars and things, I like aisle seats, and either right in the very front row where I don't get distracted by everybody else, or I'm right in the back. I'm not one that likes to sit in the middle and be penned in. It's my introvertness coming out. But yes, so I like to be on an aisle right at the back or in the very front row, depending on what it is. So I was just like, yeah, maybe I could do it once. It's like I always said when I first moved to the States and started hearing about this Black Friday thing, I thought, I wonder what it'd be like to experience one of those. Then you see all the reports on the news, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going near that. Black Friday, Helen stays home. So I have not got the urge to go out on a Black Friday and go and venture into any stores. And I've been here almost 25 years, so that's been a lot. And I've been here for 25 Groundhog Days, and I have not yet gone and visited to see what it was like to experience it. But then now I've got Sparkles. I could go traveling there, but Sparkles is not set up for winter weather. She's not 4 seasons. She's only 3. So, yeah, that wouldn't work anyway, being up there in the snow and everything. So that could be a while before I even think about adventuring up there. But I always think of it every Groundhog Day, and being Groundhog Day, which means I'll be pulling out the movie Groundhog and doing my annual watch of that. So I guess that's how I celebrate the tradition of Groundhog Day, is by watching the movie Groundhog. So what events are out there that you enjoy celebrating? Things like Groundhog's Day. What are some of the other ones? I've got to go find that one again. This one always interested me, and I've got to go remember where it is. I know I have it in one of my books on places to visit in the US, and it's this one town on this one particular day of the year at a certain time. The sun, don't ask me how they notice this, but they have made this whole tradition around the fact that on this one particular day of the year, the sun hits the middle of the railroad tracks that are in their town. I'm not sure of all the significance behind it or anything like that, but I thought, well, that's interesting that it's on that. It's the dead center of the railroad tracks, right in between. The sun's right in between, that shines a spot right in between. And I'm like, that's really interesting. I'm gonna have to look at that more. But you know, just because as you tour around the US, you find that different states, towns, counties, all have different traditions that they observe every year. So what is something that is unique to your town, county, parish, area, state, that is something that you have to live there to understand what the tradition is, and you're forever explaining it to the tourists that come in, or the outsiders that come in. So what sort of things do you have within your state, within your county or parish, or your town or your city, that only the locals there know about this tradition, and it's just one that you enjoy celebrating? So I want to know the unusual traditions that are out there. I think that'll be cool to to learn more about other people's cultures and how did this tradition start. So that would be pretty cool. So last night I ended up watching Stripes, and that was all came around because somebody posted in the Fleetwood Bounder Facebook group, a bounder from like late 80s, early 90s, I think it was, that was jacked up on these big fat tires. It had a machine gun out the top. And it had these real, and of course they'd forgotten to add the steps to it because it comes down and then there's like this giant step at the bottom. And I thought, oh, that reminds me of the EM50. So we did go and watch Stripes last night. That was good. It was fun, even though I have seen it many, 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 many times. And I'm looking at this thing and I'm going, this movie is so politically incorrect. It just cracked me. And I'm like thinking of all the movies that came out around that time. And of course, I've got it on DVD. So in my big DVD binder that holds like 250 DVDs or something crazy like that, along with all the little booklets, the one above Stripes was Blazing Saddles. And I was like, oh my gosh, when did I last see that one? I need to pull that one out again and watch it too. But today it's Groundhog Day. So tonight, if I get all of my to-do list done today, that's what I'll be watching tonight. It's Groundhog Day. I don't know, there's just something about that movie, just all the possibilities it brings up. But so we watched Stripes, and then I was pretty much in bed by, what was it, like 10:30 or something. And before I went to bed, I started feeling a little weird in the fact that my balance was starting to feel a little off, and I was like, oh crap, ear infection on the way. So I did all of my pre-cold stuff. I had my essential oil capsules I was taking. I had my vitamin C I OD'd on. I did the thing with putting the drop of Melaleuca on a cotton ball and sticking it just on over the opening of the ear so it wouldn't fall out in the middle of the night. And started feeling better within about 30 minutes, which is usually what happens when you do the Melaleuca on the thing. But I still felt a little off. And so went to bed, did my normal routine, went to bed, went to sleep, woke up around 2 o'clock this morning, stomach not feeling very well at all. And I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. And about 30 minutes later, I was back in bed feeling a heap better. And just to say that keep doggy bags in the house. They make great things for catching stuff. And so I managed to get back to sleep probably around 3 o'clock this morning. Of course, got woken up by the alarm clock. But, you know, and I woke up, I felt so much better. Still have a little bit of a headache across here. But balance is good. Ears are clear. Sinuses are clear. Stomach settled down. It had one of my little honey waffle things. I just have a packet here. It's one of these little things. They're called Stinger honey waffles. And they're really yummy. I love these things. And you can actually buy them in bulk on Amazon. So I found it. And they come in chocolate as well. So it's like two very, very thin waffles with honey in between them. And I've got ones that got chocolate waffles with honey. Not very chocolatey, but it makes a little difference from the regular honey ones. The vanilla ones are not, I'm not fussed on the vanilla ones, but the chocolate ones and the regular ones are really good. And whenever we have been sick when I was a kid, the first thing that our mum always gave us to eat was a honey sandwich made on white bread. And I thought, well, I don't have white bread. I thought, hang on, I've got my stingers. Let's try. So I tried one of those with a banana and everything's settling down and going good. And I'm like, yay, we got a winning morning. Woohoo. We've already been out for a walk, got a shower, got dressed, went out for a walk. It was a brisk 42 degrees out there this morning. I've already had to pull the awning in because the wind's starting to pick up and it will be picking up throughout the day. And I'm like, I really do like having my awning out. It looks like I'm looking into the neighbor's windows when I sit here and look out and I can see everything going on. I like having the awning down because it covers most of that. But, you know, it's already been a winning morning this morning, so I'm counting it. It's accountability day, so there's another win for me. I get to celebrate my wins today with my accountability coach. So what wins are you celebrating today? You know, think about stuff that you've done over the week. You should be celebrating the wins as you accomplish them. What wins are you celebrating? Yeah, so celebrate them as you accomplish them so it helps keep that momentum moving forward. And it makes the wins that much sweeter when you stop and celebrate them. So I'm looking, looking for a really good day today. I'm anticipating, what's that word I use? My vocabulary has completely left my head. Not anticipating begins with I. It has completely gone out of my head, and I use that word a lot. I am, not anticipating. There's another word. It begins with I. Oh, this is going to bug me now. I'll remember it the second I turn the camera off. That'll be when I remember it. But it is going to be a super fantastic sparkling day, whichever way it goes. It's going to be, what is that word? It begins with I use it. I am not anticipating. I am not implying. My mind's gone blank. I can't think of the word. Oh, not inspiring. What is that word? I will think of it as soon as I get off the Zoom. I tell you, it's as soon as I get off this live, that word will pop into my head and I'm like, damn it. Why weren't you there 10 seconds ago? Anyway, I'm out of here. I got to go get ready for a meeting. So have a super fantastic, sparkling winning Wednesday. Don't forget to celebrate your wins. And also, too, let us know what traditions are local to your community, to your town, to your parish or your county or your state. And intention. I am setting the intention. That was the word I was trying to think of. I am setting the intention that today is going to be an amazing day today for everybody. There's going to be lots of great stuff happening. Celebrate it as it happens. And we will catch you back here later on this evening. So go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling, winning Wednesday. Hey, Conera.